Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your monthly horoscope reading. Okay, I chose the Mermaid deck for you. That seemed to draw me in, and the first two cards that came out are Authenticity, the Silky in her skin, reclaiming your authenticity, and dreams, vivid dreaming, dream messages, dream teaching. So what I was feeling as I meditated on these cards is that you have, or you're kind of in this in-between place. You're kind of rediscovering who you are, but from a soul level. And so maybe you've been through something recently. Maybe a relationship has ended. Maybe a job has ended. Maybe you're in some kind of situation with people or where you're at and you just don't feel like something's right. Or maybe you've had a situation occur that has caused you to rethink some of your life decisions or rethink where you're at. And you're starting to get in touch with who you are. It's like you're starting to, or you will this month, start to realize that you're not in alignment with who you truly are. And some things might be coming out in your dreams. A couple situations are coming through here. Either you're not, you're kind of in this in-between phase where it feels like you're just kind of drifting and dreaming through life, or you are actually having literal dreams that are causing you to think about things or see things differently. So that I think that could play out in a couple different ways. That's what I'm feeling anyway. But you also may be going through a situation where the people in your life are falling away. Maybe you've had something come up with friendships. Maybe you've lost a friend lately, or the friends that you have are no longer resonating with you. Something has occurred or will occur this month that is going to shift you, and shifting timelines is coming. That message is coming to the forefront. So you may be shifting timelines or on a path to shift timelines that is in alignment with you on a soul level versus on a more ego level, or what you've known so far in this lifetime. So, and I'm sorry, I apologize for the light coming through, and it's probably creating some weird blown out spots on the video, but if I close my window entirely, then it'll be dark, and I don't have a second light in here right now. So anyway, I'm sorry for that if it's making some obnoxious bright spots on the camera. Anyway, okay, so there's where we're starting. Let's see what other cards come up for you, Cancer, for April. Okay. Sacrifice. Song of the Siren. Okay. So maybe you've had some decisions lately, as I was talking about, maybe you've had some situations where people have been no longer resonating with you, or job situations, or maybe where you're living. Something is no longer working for you, and you're seeing that, or you're going to see that over this next month. And it's going to come down to, is this worth it? Is it worth it for you to continue sacrificing yourself in certain ways, sacrificing who you are? Because what's coming up is you're going to start learning about who you are. And so every time you do something that doesn't resonate with who you are from a soul level, you are sacrificing a piece of yourself to act like that, or to be in that situation, or to be around those people, because it doesn't resonate with you. They don't resonate you. The situation doesn't resonate you. Okay. Summoning is coming up. Like, you are being called by the universe. You are being called by your higher self to align with who you truly are. And you're going to feel that call. And it feels like it's getting very strong for you this month. And it feels like some major shifts are going to be happening for you energetically. Even if you don't see any kind of results this month. Like maybe you don't see, your relationships changing. You don't see work environment changing. You don't see your home life changing. You don't see those changes, but you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it on an energetic level. Something is calling you, and maybe you become restless. Maybe you go into like a midlife crisis, no matter what age you are, but you go into this crisis mode where you're second guessing yourself and your life, and you're wondering, why doesn't this fit, or why isn't this fitting anymore? Even if last year everything was fine, and then this year it's changed and you feel different. You're like, why is this happening? Why am I so unhappy? I'm in the same situation. Everything was fine last year. It is because your energy is changing and you're no longer resonating with those prior aspects of your life, because that's not who you are. That's not who you're truly aligned, where you're truly aligned. That's not where your soul is aligned. Okay, so let's see. Let's choose another deck. And for some reason, the fairy deck is coming. I accidentally chose that and then restarted the video. And now I'm realizing that was my guides wanting to use the fairy deck as well. So you're getting all the magical decks, the fairies, the mermaids. Okay, so what's coming up for Cancer for April? Okay. And if you hear any rustling in the back, that is my daughter. It's spring break, and she wanted to hang out with me while I did these readings. So there's a movie playing for her, so you might hear that. Okay. Divination, seeking out and finding answers. Okay. Let's take another card. Okay. Gatekeeper. It feels like maybe for some of you, you've been searching for a long time. You've been searching for answers. Maybe that's here while you're watching these videos. Maybe you've been into psychic readings and horoscope readings and astrology and everything else, because you're trying to find answers, because you don't feel like you resonate with life anymore, or you don't resonate with certain aspects of your life. And it feels like you've been blocked. It feels like up until now, it has not been the right time for you to go through this portal. And these are the fairy cards, but it does feel like there's a magical element to this where elementals are involved, or your guides. But someone has been kind of gatekeeping and saying it's not the right time yet. This is not the right time. And so you keep searching and searching, but it feels like the answers are going to come within you, not anything externally, because everything has to do with who you are. So as you start to find out who you are, you're going to see more things, more synchronicities, more things falling into place for you. Okay, now this deck is calling to me. So how can Cancer align with their authentic self? Okay. How can Cancer better align? Look at the fairies are coming up yet. Holy cow. Yes, you have a lot of fairies. Fairies and elementals. And I'm getting chills as I say this. Okay. So you either have a lot of fairies in your life, like the fairies are actually helping you. They're helping you find your path. They're helping you what resonates with you, or you were a fairy in a past life, or I should say a parallel life, a synchronous life. Either you were one or both, but the fairies are helping you right now. And it feels like once you find a way to like play and open up to that fairy aspect, you're going to start to learn more about yourself. Okay. Stone people, shaman, stone people. Okay. What's coming forth? What this feels like is it feels like a tide. This feels like a tidal plane. Like the water is out, the tide is out. It feels like a very in between place for you. Like when the water is in, it's a very masculine energy. That's the time to act. That's the time to do. But right now it's kind of with these reflections, it's like a tidal plane. And while that tide is out, there's nothing that you can do but reflect on your life and the aspects of you that you'd like to explore or that don't sit right with you anymore, that don't seem like that seem out of phase or out of time, or something that just is not synchronous in your life right now and doesn't feel like aspects of yourself that just don't mesh with your wants or your needs or the life that you're currently living. Okay. Let's see, healing. There's a lot of healing that's coming up. So it feels like the word expectations is coming through. Maybe you've set expectations for yourself, or others' expectations for you have shaped your life to where you are now. And it's time to take a look at those expectations. It's time to ask yourself, do these expectations align with who I truly am? For example, your parents wanted you to become a doctor, so you became a doctor. And it's, you like it, it's fulfilling, but there's something that doesn't feel right. There's something that feels like it's missing. And, you've created this life, this persona around being a doctor or being a teacher or whatever you are. You've created this life and this persona. You have, it has become who you are, but it's not who you are. And there's this great kind of war within yourself that this is who you are, but it's not. There's so much more. But when you have a life created around this persona, this aspect of your ego, it's very hard to step out of yourself, especially if you're very settled into that life. You've been doing this for a long time, or you've been in a relationship for a long time. Maybe you have children, families, everything like that. It feels like when you think about doing something different or think about changing something, it's kind of like just the floor drops out from underneath you and you're free falling, and you're like, I don't understand this. And as you start to see more of who you are, things are going to settle and things will fall into place. But there may be this upheaval in the process of things shifting into the place where they need to be. Okay. This card, it feels like a transformation energy. So my butterfly cards are calling to me. Okay. What else can we offer Cancer for April? Okay. Cancer, April. Cancer. Okay, what's coming up for Cancer for April, guides? What messages can we bring forth for them for some clarity as we go into the month? Okay. Infinite blessings. Okay. What else is coming up? Okay, I guess these two want to come out. Okay, hope and happiness and catch your breath. Okay, I feel that this is like the ultimate place where you're going to end up. You're going to end up in a place of hope and happiness. You're going to get to your place of happiness. The way she's holding her head there, it just feels like she's free. She's free and everything has kind of been released and she can finally be who she is. And like her color is blue. And for me, whenever I see blue, that represents to me the authentic self, the soul. It's like the soul's color for me. And so when I see that, it's like you're in full alignment with your soul and you have magic, you have the galaxies, you have the universe just pouring out of you because you're in alignment with your soul, you're in alignment with Gaia, you're in alignment with the universe. But to get to that part, to get to that place, you need to be in a place of catching your breath, so to speak. You need to be in a place of holding tight, sitting tight, discovery. And so this month of April feels very kind of in between for you. And I don't like bringing that news forth because the in-between place is a very hard place to be in. It is very hard. But what they're saying is do things that align with you. So don't think about where you're going or what doesn't fit. Think about finding the things that do fit. Think about finding the things that you love to do. Things that you have a passion for. Maybe it's spending time outside. Maybe it's spending time with your family. It's very much being in the present. And this has been something I've seen across almost all of the readings is my guides are saying get out of your head and into your body. Be in the present. Find joy in where you're at right now. And as I've heard several times, get comfortable being uncomfortable. So you might not be in a place of comfort right now because change and shifts are never comfortable. And that's a good thing because we need to get out of our comfort zone in order to go into that shift, in order to allow that shift to occur. You never grow when you're comfortable. Growth always happens out of discomfort and out of taking a leap of faith. And so this is what you're being asked to do this month is get out of your comfort zone. Even if it's just being in this place of limbo that's uncomfortable for you and not knowing what's going to happen next or where you're going, that's fine. That's your discomfort. Play, have fun, find ways to bring joy to yourself. Like use the example of fairies. Bring the fairy magic into your life. They have fun and they play and they're joyous and they're mischievous and they just do things without thought or concerns about the future or where I'm going to get money or how am I going to do this. They don't worry about the how. They live in the moment. And that's what you're being asked to do this month is live in the moment as you go through this transition. Okay, I'm going to pull up one more card and then I am going to pull out my oracle deck. Okay, Cancer. Call of the Muse. They're beautiful. Okay, that's perfectly aligned. Call of the Muse is all about being called to do something. And look, we heard the song. We had the song of the siren right here. Call of the Muse is kind of the same thing. It's you're being called down a path. You're being called to do something. So maybe this month you just focus on what things call to you. If it's taking a new art class, or if it's doing a new type of exercise, or if it's going back to school, or if it's, maybe it's something, more complicated and going to a counseling session with your partner or something like that. Whatever you are called to do this month is going to come from your higher self. It is going to come from a higher realm, a realm that is guiding you to a place that's in alignment with your soul. So follow any callings or any desires that come up for you this month because it's leading you, they're saying it's leading you back to this gate. And when you're in this area and you're in alignment, that's when the gate's going to open. But I don't think, I want to say this summer solstice is coming to my head. For some reason, the summer solstice is popping in. And so I think for this spring period, it's kind of a slow awakening for a lot of people. It's a slow awakening that's allowing you to delve into who you really are, who you truly are. Pay attention to your dreams though, because they're telling me stuff might be coming through your dreams or through meditation and visions. And maybe you're even going to see some wakeful dreams, like you'll see some visions. So, for example, at just some random time, I saw this vision of me in Egypt. as a priestess. And that was just kind of this random vision came to me. So you might be having random visions coming to you, random things pop into your head. Maybe you're seeing things in your dreams, or maybe you do a meditation. You're called to do this meditation, and it opens up this whole other world for you, or this whole other aspect of who you are and where you came from, because that's what's needed right now in the world. As our world ascends and we're going into kind of this darkness through the ascension, where all the light workers are coming online, all the star seeds are coming online to do the work that we came here to do. And by you allowing yourself to align with your higher self and your divine soul and your divine path, you are going to be going through some changes, and it's going to be rocky and it's going to be emotional at times. But once you're on that path, a whole new world is going to open up for you. Okay, I'm going to grab my phone and we will do one last card. Okay. Okay, for Cancer, I don't know how well you can see that because it's really bright, but that's okay. Okay, Cancer. Okay, reflection, the reflection card. It is really bright, but if you want to download my app, I will leave details in the comment, or not in the comments, but in the details box below. Okay, so the reflection card is all about your external world mirroring your internal world. So as you go through this shift, as you go through this kind of emotional change, aligning with your path, the tumultuous emotions or confusion you feel inside might be reflected into your external world, because the energy that we put out is what creates our world. And so, as you can kind of see in this card, she's in front of a mirror and she's standing and she sees herself, and her thoughts are what generate her external environment. Maybe that's not the best interpretation, but anyway, it's a creation. Your external environment is a creation of your internal environment. What your thoughts are inside is what you're creating for yourself. So your thoughts manifest your external world. So if you have thoughts of, I'm not worthy, or I hate my life, or, anything, you're going to see that in your world. That's what you're going to create for yourself. And if you go down the rabbit hole of quantum physics, then you will understand that creation, that manifestation a lot better with, atoms and energy and space and everything like that. But just know that be careful where your thoughts go this month. And if you are having a difficult time on the inside, then you might see that difficult time coming up in your external world, in your physical world. And just know that that's what's happening. It's not the universe conspiring against you or people out to get you or anything like that. It's just that energy is rolling over from your inside to your mental status into your physical world. So just be aware of that. Okay, I am going to shut it down there. I will leave it at that. If you enjoyed my reading, Cancer, please give me a like. If you have any comments or inputs or would like to share about your world right now, please do so. If you'd like to subscribe, that would be great, because then you can hear or you can get notifications for whenever I put out a new reading. So I'm sending you lots of love, Cancer. I hope you have an amazing April, and I will see you back here soon for more readings.